Hello, hello. There we go. Hello. Hail and well met. Let's see here. I'll have to sneeze. Okay. There we go. I sneezed and now we'll go live. Oh. Old DDP wizard rat. He's at the top of the order. Hold on. Need to put him into the proper spot. There we go. Oh, cut off by the top of that. I guess this should probably go. Maybe right there. There we go. Now he's visible again. Okay. Hello, hello. How is everyone today? I think the goal for today is to do more of this. We've gotten a lot farther. There's just one little last bit of the intro to finish, and then maybe some polish. Basically, this part right here is just kind of all the same, right? So, gotta figure out exactly what to do, but I think it might involve drawing a bigger art piece that kind of encapsulates the entire game. So, we shall see about that. I kind of rearranged, or I got some chairs for my office, so I'm trying to figure out if my kitten camera is gonna work, because as you can see, I got some new chairs, which are a nice addition to my office. However, Luna's kind of hidden right now. I know is sacrilege, but you know, one would have expected her to be on the chair. But no, she prefers her box. So, I'm gonna have to get a USB extender for my thing, is really what that boils down to, but it's not me to do that. Hydrate. Hey, I'm bad at small talk, so I'm fine. You, I'm doing all right, I would say. I got a good bit done on the video today. I didn't work on the intro because I was like, yeah, thank you for the hydrate, dingus. Yeah, dingus. Yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I got a good bit done on the video, but I was like, this is like the one thing I could edit on stream. You know, I don't want to like if I'm editing anything, it may as well be this on stream, and it needs to get done. So, yo, wait, I was like gonna say my I don't have this YouTube. On. Sorry, give me half a second. I need to activate YouTube. Rocky Bite, what up, dude? How you doing? Activate. Okay. I was like, why am I looking at the chat weird? Because I don't have my thing up here. How's streaming going? Streaming is going swell. There we go. Sorry, had to get my nice game. This is the this is just the video, like the intro for the game. It is a co-op. Oh my god. My stream is failing me here. There we go. What is happening? Bleep bloop, says Tuna. Yo, Tuna. What up? This is your best game. I don't know what you're saying. Okay, really can't chat this. If this is... Okay, I really can't chat if it's not a form of redeem, lovely. Okay, well, it seemed to go through this time. It just didn't like you at first. I think you're good now. How long have I been streaming? A year and a half? Almost 2 years now? But yeah. This video is, it's coming along. But yeah, we're going to be doing, I want to do... No, I'm using highlight message and it's sending only when I'm doing that. Ooh, hold on. Did I turn something on? Is sub only chat on? Did I accidentally turn that on somehow? That can't be right. No, it can't be because... Wait. Did I actually accidentally click on it? Hold on. I'm trying to make sure I didn't turn sub only chat on. Enabled. Disabled. Okay. It was not enabled, but for some reason it was highlighted, so I was kind of confused. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. Maximus. Yeah, it is weird. Why is it doing that? You tried turning it on and off again. This is looking sick. Amazing transitions. Thank you. Yeah, I like the, you know, the going from one card into the other. I thought that was kind of cool. We're really close to being done. The biggest thing I want to do here, so let's hope this works. It does. I can see you. Or Dingus, indeed. YouTube seems to be working. Yay. I did find something interesting. They added a new feature to my text thing. Unfortunately, they're not editable. But you can actually, I can actually do, someone sent a message. So you can do like interesting, like this kind of thing. They banned me normally once, now they've shadow banned me. Shaking my head. My head, indeed. Isn't that kind of interesting? Right, yo! I don't know how I feel about it, but especially for some reason it's like a little weird. I don't know why your name is all like different, Dingus, but showcase the custom art of my profile picture. That's cool. Yeah, like it's kind of cool. I could do something like this. Of course, this is the like they only come in I'm on TV. It's only done in like pre-made styles, but it could be kind of nice to have like a bigger chat windows that pop up rather than like larger chats. They would probably appear less, like there'd be less that stay on screen if you wanted to like go back and look, but and yeah, I guess they like blur out after a while, which is weird on this one. There's like a few different styles. Like, I mean, honestly, something like this one. Say something. Say more things. Actually, I don't even know if this is the right one. I guess I can trigger a fake notification. Oops. Oops. Yeah, like something like that could be cleaner, you know? Oh. It actually sent a thing. I dropped a pair in my car this morning. You should drop another one. Then you would have a pair. That's wild. That's wild, VOD Ninja. A blind man and a deaf person walk into a bar. So like that's a thing, I guess. I feel like I like when it says if people are on YouTube or on Twitch, but I almost finished with an old AE old god deck thingy idea. Ooh, yeah. I remember, yeah. I was about to say I remember, but it was like this morning. Yeah, I remember you talking about that. But yeah, anyway, we could potentially do something like that, although they're not customizable, so I can't like make them look like my stream. So it is a thing. The only thing I like about this thing is that it shows my cool profile picture. Some people have. Yeah. It shows the cool profile picture. Yeah. I mean, I can still highlight people. You highlighted nerd, your only weakness. But you know, I don't know. But yeah, Grot, that'd be cool. Definitely let me know when you got it kind of worked out. So yeah, my thought here, let me mute this for a second. And then enable this. Now, listen too loud.
This is Armies Against.
That's kind of loud, huh? I'm sorry. Why don't I ever turn it down and then play it and then...
This is Armies Against.
There we go. Yeah, I gotta mute myself. Okay, we're gonna watch this one time through. I'm gonna explain to you what I'm doing. We probably should also go on the full display, even though it removes our little friends, but we need more screen real estate. I just love blowing out eardrums. Hey, I haven't done it in a while, so anyway. Just listen to this, and then you can know what we're doing.
This is Armies Against Entropy, a cooperative trading card game where you and a friend face the relentless onslaught of the old gods and their monstrous hordes. Choose your god, expand your domain, build mighty structures, and rally great heroes to defend this world you call home. Stand together, fight back, and strike down the old gods before they unmake all of existence. This is Armies Against Entropy. This is...
okay. Okay. Oh, did I not mute my... Well, whatever. Anyway, you get the point. This part here where it kind of stops, right? Oh god, the lack of music and SFX and etc. is so glaring. Yeah. The sound, yeah, there's these areas where I'm kind of like, choose your god, and it's like dot, right? That normally I would make much like faster paced, but with the transitions, it kind of really messes it up. I think sound effects will fix that. It's either that or the transitions are just so incredibly fast you can't even see like what cards you're looking at, you know, which I would rather not do, you know. But you just saying lack of SFX and music makes me, you know, feels like a confirmation that I'm correct in thinking that, right? But yeah, definitely needs some stuff. Even if it's not faster paced, some audio there should make it feel less like a pause, I guess. Yeah. That's what I'm hoping. But yeah, those, I think I'm really praying and hoping it does. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to like speed up these transitions, which even like the distance between here and here is like very, very short. So I'm praying and hoping here, but here, let's listen to it one more time. Like this spot right here, I think is what you're talking about.
Words. Choose your god, expand your domain, build mighty structures, and rally great heroes.
That part, right? Like that's the part that really needs audio. But we're praying, hoping sound effects will fix it. Otherwise we're kind of just screwed. But I think it will. You just have like a right. I don't know. And then music to keep the pace. I don't know. Hard to say. But yeah, the idea is when we get to here, it says stand together, fight back. Can we be friends on Discord? Typically I don't friend anyone who isn't who I don't know. I'm pretty sure you're a bot at this point. I agree with Debo. Who are you? Artist. I'll be honest, if you're trying to have me commission art from you, I do most of my own art and I don't have any money to give you. I do get a lot of artist commissions or artist people looking for commissions, and while I respect the hustle, it's not something I can do, unfortunately. Just asked a friend Tebow too. Check Discord beats. Oh. I'm trying to sell something for you guys. Yeah, no soliciting, my friend. Goodbye. Just a traveling salesman. Like followers? Oh, you're trying to sell? Okay, you know. Goodbye. Oops, I didn't mean to. Hold on, guys, stop messaging for a second. I can't click on things when you're messaging. I'm just kidding. Bye. Get gone. Anyway, this asked for me too. Discord, yeah. John Artist from the chat, yeah. Not looking to buy anything. I like the traveling salesman. That's funny. Mr. Artist, we're all broke. We're all broke. Sorry, yeah, indeed, very much so. Those kind of things are annoying in Minecraft. Not gonna lie. A wandering trader. Anyway, now that distraction's gone, I'm pretty sure no solicitings in one of my rules, but if not, you know, here we are. He whispered you. Yeah, it's just one of those people who's just like trying to contact literally as many people as possible to do, you know, whatever. He's trying to sell followers, is what it sounded like. Why did he block me? Yeah, no, block him as well, dude. don't even engage in that. It's not even worth it. Okay, here's my thought on this. Wait, where's right, this is here. Oops. Yeah, I hopefully you guys are, I know you guys, you know, are relatively okay with you know, the old editing stuff, but hopefully it's at least interesting for you. I would definitely prefer to do more game design stuff if I could. But we really need to get this this video done. So editing it is. I wonder where that blue haze is coming from. There we go. So it's always exciting when a new person comes to chat. Yeah, I agree. There's a lot of people like that, unfortunately, though. Which is one of the things new videos help with, right? Because we get a bunch of we had a bunch of new people whenever I release a video. So I think, you know, this kind of thing will help. Yo, Anonymous, what's up, dude? Anonymous was doing some art today on his stream. It was pretty cool. Really, I mean, you just had a bunch, or you did a bunch of rulebook streams too. That is definitely true. I did do a bunch of that. That was maybe a little more interesting because I think it requires a little less focus. Well, actually, no. When I was writing the rulebook, that was kind of like turbo boring. So that's fair. Yeah, just a Word doc while you're thinking about how to write the same sentence in a different way. Okay, yeah, that's exactly what you just said. Hey, Tebow. Why do you say hey again? Oh, to Anonymous. Anyway, English class, but card game themed. Yeah, kind of scary. Not gonna lie. What, the random guy messaging is scary. Did not see the replies. Oh, on Twitch or on, dude, who are you? Check Discord. Just try. Oh. Yeah, I mean, I banned them, so. What are you talking about? I don't know. I'm lost. Oh, I'm replying to people. Oh, yeah. For some reason, it doesn't show it on there. I can see it on. Yeah, I see it now. Yeah. For some reason, it's dumb. It doesn't show. No. I see what you're saying. It shows it on. It doesn't show it on my combined chat, but it does show it on the Twitch chat. Which is not ideal, but I wonder if I can turn that on. I'll have to see. I'll have to look through it. But yeah, it doesn't show that for some reason. But yeah, so my thought is once we get to this part here, right? I kind of was thinking it zooms in like this, and then once it's kind of zoomed in like this, we have to like go like 12 compositions deep because this is like an infinite zoom. We're like very much Inception style going into this. My thought is we do, once it's fully zoomed in, we kind of snap back, zoom out, and go kind of Marvel's Avenger shot, right? Where it's like, where it goes, right? Obviously, it's gonna, the layers aren't gonna be all whack, but it zooms out, maybe zoom out and kind of go like, nope, can't find the right thing. It kind of goes like this, right? It zooms the heck out. And then what it can do is we'll have like a singular piece of art where we stream boo. God, we're getting spam today, huh? The idea, did I just create the wrong? The idea is we kind of make a cool combined art, and this could also just be like a poster sort of thing that I could, you guys could have, where we basically just you're gonna have to give me a second to explain my idea. And open a bunch of these cards. Because the whole thing is like, it says stand together. We can kind of take, like, we take the fighter and we paste him in here. And then we take the elf guy and we put them in there. And we kind of have like a, a sick collage of all the little guys. Know what I'm saying? Did I actually turn that off? Weird. Huh. Someone need to be, rescaled, but we kind of have like the Avengers shot where there's just like a bunch of guys. Gotta go. Might be back in like 40 minutes or something. I'll be here for sure. I don't know what y'all think about that, but I think it's kind of cool. I guess they'd have to be kind of like behind him. So I think the idea is that. And then maybe I really don't like YouTube auto off. That's a cool idea. Yep, it definitely wasn't letting you through. Yeah, I think it works. And we can pretty easily do it. The biggest thing, honestly, the biggest thing to draw here is the background. I mean, I could just use like the standard Armies Against Entropy background, but I mean, maybe we'll use it as a base and then we'll kind of like fix it from there. But I kind of want it going from like nice to like evil kind of range. Nice to evil. I think you know what I mean. Not backgrounds, we want like titles. Like it'll look something like this. Rasterize. I could have just feathered the selection now that I'm thinking about it, but whatever, we're just gonna do it this way. There was a better way to do that too, but oh, that's really weird. There we go. Something like that. I think this is the wrong layout for this background, but something in that kind of deal. And more of a transition, less like kind of a hard cutoff, but something along these lines. We'll have to draw from scratch, I think. There are only a few cards, like 5 of each type, and no spells, but still. I'm sure that's way more than I would expect, Here you go, Beats. It's not a lot of cards, but it's probably not great, but I try my best. The idea is that this deck isn't aggressive as a little god, or at least I think, I don't know how it's balanced, but the player can become afflicted and just constantly lose units. If they go below 0, they die. If they can't be afflicted, they can't be afflicted by old god or by the god effects. I'm thinking, so there is a deck of Crimson Curse cards put under an afflicted player card. Okay, interesting. So if they're afflicted, and some old god cards shuffle some of them into your deck, and then you draw your place. Okay, gotcha. Is this kind of like you need to give me access to the the file. You did not do a shared Google Doc. You have to do like an anyone can view file. Is it so? It's sort of like an alternative to the old god. Is that correct, or is it like a specific old god? Because I have thought of that, like an alternative, but not that one specifically, or what you're talking about specifically. But okay, we're gonna draw, and we're gonna make like a cool Avengers poster. Alternative old god with its own deck. Gotcha. Because I have thought about like different enemies. Like you could have like it's not the old god, but it's demons instead of gods, you know, or something like that would be kind of interesting to do eventually. But that's definitely scope creep. I also think most old gods will probably share a lot of the same cards within a deck, but have it tailored to their deck. But we'll have to see. We'll have to get there. We'll get there when we get there. Should work now. Okay. There we go. Sorry, I was making sure I wasn't like doxing you in any way. You're good. The only thing that's doxed is your profile picture. I'll not click on it for your sake. Just in case. Oh god, a Baron of Quartz. Very cool. Draw 3 cards and 1 minion. Well, affected. Well, this card is affected. It loses 1 unit at the end. Cards afflicted at ends phase cannot be affected. Gods. Card is no. Okay. Gotcha. We can't do that. Can you change it so it this wraparound text? I can't see what. I guess I could just edit this. Oh, there's nothing there. Okay, never mind. Shuffle 1 Crimson Curse card. So it's kind of like alternative curses, like spells, essentially, right? Because that's basically what old god spells are called. They're called curses. So it's kind of like an alternative to spells, is that they have these curses in a sense. Draw 1 card. Okay, I'm gonna just look at the abilities because those are probably the most interesting thing. I guess the names are cool too. Oh, I just explain the curse mechanic. Yeah. That's probably a good way to do it, right? When a card becomes afflicted, draw 1 minion. That's cool. This card cannot be affected by spells. Scary. When this card is destroyed, both crimson cards is shuffled into a player's deck. Oh, interesting. So they're put into your deck. Kind of like Slay the Spire's like curse system. I can see that. That's kind of a cool mechanic. And I also like the tracking of that. It's interesting because yeah, it would be an additional deck, but when the card is destroyed, a minion is destroyed instead. Interesting. That's cool. So like if it's to kill a hero, like a monster, it would kill a minion instead. Which basically means you have to kill this ruin first, right? One of the things, like as far as death effects, usually the more powerful cards are the ones that have worse death effects. Like this would probably have a negative death effect and not a positive one. Because it's such a detriment that you have to kill it. So it probably is a negative death effect. Just as far as like just an idea of how I design things. Because if this is that big of a priority, like you would want to kill this first no matter what. You would want some sort of detriment for killing it, which is kind of interesting. My idea with that is that you draw 2 cards per turn and it destroys the ruin. There's the ruin minion is destroyed. Interesting. Not all cards. Ah, I gotcha. Yeah, all afflicted cards lose 2 units per turn instead of 1. Ah, gotcha. How do they target? Wait, how does a card become afflicted? Sorry. A card is afflicted. Yeah, how does a card get afflicted? When a monster attacks, this turn becomes afflicted. Or becomes disabled. Cool. This monster attacks, draw 1 minion. I mean, these all sound cool. There are some monsters that make you afflicted when you draw a curse card. You choose one of your own to become afflicted. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, that's cool. I like it. I could definitely see this making it into the game. It's probably not for a while. I think the fact that it adds a mechanic makes it, I don't even want to say a scope creep because, it would be one singular card. But I think um it could be done. I could I will have to see where we get to with the old god sort of mechanic. Like different mechanics to make old gods, right? Because we will have to make a pass at that once we kind of get to the get through the player decks. That will probably be the next thing, maybe, unless I need a break from AE and like go back to like Blight of Blackridge or something, because that might be a case. I might get burnt out a little bit. Or like if I want to work on something else, who knows? But I agree. There definitely needs to be different experiences with different old gods. And I think this would be cool. I almost want to say like the god should make it so anytime like a monster hits a card or a minion hits a card or something like that, it becomes afflicted. Something much more like a passive for the god. And that way you can use other cards that already exist. Um Potentially, right? And then maybe some additional ones that like maybe do something along those lines, like that can apply curses. I don't know. Yeah, we'll have to. I'll have to dig deeper into that. But yeah, I think it's a great idea. Um, I'll definitely consider that for sure. The thing with affliction is it stays forever. Yeah, interesting. You can cure it with some positive death effects, but that's it. Yeah, I think that would be cool. Like I said, yeah, I definitely could see that being something I do. Something along those lines. It might not be exactly that, but I do like the sort of curse mechanic. It's not too heavy of an addition to the game. Um, but yeah, I'd have to think about it. I think it's a solid idea though. I kind of got to figure out like how we can use the base deck without adding new mechanics to new gods first, I think, and then we can probably consider that after, but would be my thought. We're really not there yet is the problem, you know. Mm, Yeah, I definitely think the idea is solid. Definitely not a liquid idea, you know? Mm. I'm trying to decide if I just like throw other cards in here. Another idea would be that when a card is afflicted, you cannot move units off of it or move units to it. That's cool. No music today? Oh, sorry. Should be on. I just accidentally muted it. So just slowly die. Yeah. I think that'd be cool to have. Debuffs are probably a decent idea. Yeah, sorry, I accidentally muted it because I was showing off the trailer. No, what the heck?
DeepToot123 just subscribed for 5 months. So
5
close
months.
to extra spiky beetle.
Close to an extra spiky beetle. You sure is true. Yeah, you're one away from a the next tier. Thank you so much, Toot, for your continued and everlasting support. You are the greatest. There we go. Gonna boot up some Silk Song Playback. Nice. Heck yeah. Yeah, no, that's a cool idea. I definitely I'm definitely gonna think long and hard about that one. But yeah, good luck with your bug journey. What I guess I kind of just want to look up some of these other cards. For reference, if anyone's just dropping in, we are working on the trailer still, or the the intro to the video, which is kind of a trailer. We have this part where it zooms in. Actually, I'll show it for you, dude, because you're kind of like, I don't know how the heck this infinite zoom thing's gonna work, but we're not gonna play sound. But here's
This is Armies Against Entropy.
You can kind of hear it.
A cooperative trading card game where you and a friend face the relentless. Choose your god. Expand your domain. Build mighty structure. Rally great heroes.
So yeah, that's the infinite zoom. Yo, Bean! Just lurking today. Hope you're all good. I'm doing just fine. I hope you are as well. You Bean, you. You know, it's that beats, not beat. Beats, you know what's crazy? What's crazy? I'm ready to hear what's crazy. What is the volcano even? How do volcano? Because we can kind of maybe just take some of these layers and just blorp them in here. Maybe. Probably not. But maybe. Much zoom. Much wow, indeed. What's up, Cat? How you doing? I have 50 hours in this game and only about a third of the way through the game. Damn. There's only about 20 euros. Heck yeah. Yeah, honestly, this is why indie games are the way. You know what I mean? Indie games are the shiz. You get your money's worth. They're awesome. Oh, here we go. Let me hydrate first, honestly. I'm officially going to need to invest in a another USB extender. Another one. Thank you. Hydrate too. Because I would have the cat cam on because she's laying down there, but it's hard to see because I got new chairs. By got new chairs, I mean I had a hand-me-down chairs. My brother was getting rid of them, and I'm like, those were perfect in my office. There's my elbow. Yeah, push-up time. Push-up time. Da 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 da. We did it. You got another chair. Sorry, I got distracted. No, new chairs. Look at those. How nice those are. Trainer Rubber is such a banger. It is. It is indeed. But yeah. Of course, the kitten is not sleeping on them. She's sleeping in her box on the floor. So, here we are. My PC broke last week, Friday, waiting for a student to come in and replace on Thursday. Nice. Heck yeah. I mean, it breaking's not great, but it coming back in relatively quickly is nice, right? What are we doing on time? Let's say time's flying already. I don't want a volcano again. There we go. A little more smoothing in here. You know what I mean? Smoothing and grooving. If I'm doing this smart, these all should be on separate layers. And currently I'm not doing it smart. Not that I forgot to put them on, like I'm doing it on the wrong layer. I just didn't consider putting them on separate layers, which they should be. But yeah, again, for anyone who's just jumping in, we're doing basically a an Avengers Endgame style poster for our, not really a poster, but it's going to be part of the video. Yeah, I thought it'd be cool to have everyone just kind of in one frame. I do agree indies are the way to go, though they're driven way to go though. They're driven by passion because they aren't backed by multi-million-dollar companies. They're forced to fully rely on the quality of their product and their passion to attract customers. Yeah, I find like a lot of like mainstream, or not mainstream, but like larger AAA companies are very not even driven necessarily by, like, they're probably, you know, they're driven by money, right? But a lot of them are also they're just like gimmicky, you know? Like you have they're just all like, it just goes with whatever's the most like topical. Like, oh, every single AAA game is open world. Is it because it makes the game better? No, it's because it's like the thing to do. It's like, it's not even, you're not even making it because you're doing it that way because it makes the game better. You're doing it because you feel like it's a genre people like. And in my opinion, hot take right now, open world games aren't good. Just for the sake of being open world, at least. My song, it's over. Everybody wants to talk to me as soon as I tune into the stream. Womp womp. I think it feels really gimmicky because there's just too much money on the line. Everybody wants to play it safe as possible. True. I really don't like open world games. Innovation comes with small, nimble teams that can afford to take risks. Definitely true. Hey, easy. No. What, open world games? So here's the thing. I think open world games are good if they are done with intent, you know? The problem with most open world games is they're like Mario Kart worlds, right? It is 100% an open world game because it's a buzzword. It's like using AI in your pitch because AI is popular. Ooh, now you're going to fire up Anonymous. Yeah, AAA games can rely on massive marketing budgets, known IP, and throwing money at the problems, whereas being well, also being an incentive also makes a lot of money. They also make a lot of money back. Indies can't rely on that, so they focused on making it good. Elden Ring never needed to be open world, in my opinion. I think I agree. I don't honestly know enough about Elden Ring. I haven't played enough of it, but from what I hear, you know, I don't know. The Dunk Soul formula was perfect. I'm gonna assume that's Dark Soul, but yeah. I feel like there's enough exploration in like Dark Souls or like Souls-like games where you don't need it to be open world. Like adding procedural generation and missions and stuff like that. Again, I don't know enough about it, but I'll fight you in the wonderful open world of Elden Ring. Let's go. I was gonna say Anonymous likes Elden Ring, I'm pretty sure. So I just don't think the open world contributes anything to the vibe. That's kind of my thought, but I could be wrong. I don't know. I haven't played it, but most of the time I find it just leads to lazy development. Just like adding. Okay, I'm going to go off on a tangent here, apparently. It means you either have to do procedural generation, which I think usually doesn't add anything to the game because it's just kind of like, it's not intentional design. And then the other thing is, a lot of time open world is, oh, I had it and then I forgot it and then I had it and then I forgot it again. Oh, it's not really truly open world because you'll have stuff where it's essentially level locked, like you can't go there without being higher level anyway, or like it's or then you have to do it so the game like scales based on your level, which means you can go anywhere, which means it doesn't matter how much you level because everything's getting more difficult with you anyway, so there's no levels are completely pointless. And that kind of stuff just really, like, I just think is dumb. I don't know. It's like like you think the game is it fake rewards you, right? It's kind of, I don't know, it's just kind of weird to me. You're right though, it can be a gimmick unless it's designed well. Then it's a feature. I agree. Yeah. A lot of time I think it's just tacked in there because it's a, you know, it's something that, I got too distracted and started drawing on the wrong layer. I'm too passionate about that. I'm too passionate about open world games being, I think it's bad to say a blanket statement that all open world games are bad, but I think typically it's just a gimmick, especially when AAA games do it, because they're just throwing it in there for the whatever of it. If an open world is pre-made, it needs to be filled with a lot of details to make it feel alive. If it's randomly generated, you'll need the gameplay to make up for it by allowing you to utilize all that space. For example, Minecraft. Yeah, exactly. I think that's, yeah, 100% agreed. That's why, like, Wind Waker, like Zelda, I think is very good. It's an open world game. You can kind of go wherever you want. Granted, there are things locked behind, you know, items and stuff like that. But I think Wind Waker is a great example of a good open world game. Some people might fight me on that, but it's so fucking annoying. I'm sorry for your boss. I like procedural generation. I find it cool. I think, again, it depends on how it's done. I don't think it's always good. I think a lot of time it can be very uninspired if there aren't things that are like Minecraft does it well, because you run into like specific biomes, right? And like different dungeons and stuff that are within the procedural generation. But if it's just everything, anything can be anywhere, I find that, Donis, tell me you enjoy running on a horsey for 15 minutes more than 15 minutes in a mini dungeon. There you go. I like both. I feel like I feel like Peak utilize procedural generation well. Peak. Oh yeah. Is it procedurally generated? I guess some of it is, right? Witcher 3 at least had interesting things happening between destinations. I think I've opened up a can of worms of like people fighting each other now. I like procedural generation, but it's not great for open world games. IMO. Interesting, right? That is a interesting thought, thing you said right there. Because I think both ends up usually getting just kind of like everything's the same, but nothing's the same, but it's all the same. You know? I don't think Elden Ring has interesting things happen between, or you don't think Elden Ring has interesting things happening between destinations? We're about to fall out, pal. Bro, Wind Waker was perfect open world because the ocean travel was brief and the islands all had their own little spice. I agree. See, that's what I'm saying. 85% of the map is completely empty aside from the occasional shrub or skinny skull. Chinese skull, not skinny. Totally, Adonis is gonna fight you, Toot. And the thing with Minecraft is that you can, we're probably gonna hit an ad in a second, but the thing with Minecraft is that you can fill a world yourself, but in a great game doesn't have features that allow you to do that. An open world just makes a larger portion of the game a walking simulator. That's true. Yeah. Sorry, I don't think I read that totally correctly, but I was trying to get through it before we hit this ad. Wind Waker was great. Okay, cool. Everyone agrees with me. The thing with Minecraft is that you can fill the world yourself, but in a game that doesn't have that feature allows you to... Okay, yeah, sorry, I get you now, I get you. Yeah, no, I can agree with that. This is hill 1. This is hill 2. And then maybe some foreground hills. Something kind of like... Guess we'll do 2. All right, we're hitting an ad. I kind of just yapped for a good bit there and didn't get any drawing done, but I felt like it had to be done. I was thinking of doing a video on that, but I'm not sure exactly how on brand it is, right? Like, it's not really board game related. We're testing your reading skills today. Yeah, seriously. Okay, I'm gonna take a quick break and we'll be back in just a few minutes. 3-minute break, hour of ad-free hour of ad-free ads, you know, ad-free ads, your favorite. Anyway, be right back. Watch this video in the meantime.
Recently, I was challenged by Blackthorn Prod to make a board game in just 24 hours. If you've already seen that video, consider this the extended cut of my section. If you haven't and you're unfamiliar with them, Blackthorn Prod is a YouTube channel known for challenging developers to make games. This video was part of their Engine Battle series, where each dev used their preferred game engine to build a game. Of course, I'm a board game developer, so I don't really have an engine, but they wanted to mix things up and invited me to join in. This was extra exciting for me because it was the first time they actually invited someone to do a board game for one of their videos. For this challenge, me and the other devs had to make a survival horror game in an hour and a totally separate game in 24 hours. In this video, I'm going to focus on the 24-hour game because there's a lot more to talk about. If you're curious about the whole story though, I'd recommend you check out the full BTP video. But here's the quick version. For the 1-hour game, I made a battleship-inspired board game where one player, as a monster, constantly chased and hunted the other player. I leaned more into the horror aspect, emphasizing the tension of escaping the monster and the uncertainty of not knowing where the other player was. For the 24-hour game though, I wanted to hone in on the survival aspect instead. Because trying to survive a monster attack is all well and good, but a true survival game, everything is trying to kill you. Not having played a whole lot of horror games, I was limited from what I could pull from for inspiration, so when trying to decide on a vibe, Hunt Showdown kept coming to mind. It had 2 key aspects I like, the PvPvE aspect and its aesthetic. I wanted to make a card game this time around, and the cowboy horror theme lent itself to a few mechanics I wanted to use. So to start, I compiled all my ideas into a spreadsheet, with each card element organized into its own column. From there, I populated these fields. I added weapons like the coach gun, 6-shooter, and throwing knife. These would be used for battling creatures. Added tools like a lantern, dice, a bedroll. These are versatile cards, generally used to assist players. And finally, rations, because what's a survival game if you're not starving to death? Then there were events. These cards were the main challenges of the game. Creatures exist solely to kill you, shops allowed you to trade resources, and incidents throw unique situations at the player, often leading to them screwing each other over. Once these cards were designed in sheets, I imported them into Dexterous, which converted the data into actual cards. This program was a real lifesaver, and honestly, this challenge would have been nearly impossible without it. Basically, every heading on the spreadsheet was assigned to a zone on a card template. These zones are automatically filled with the corresponding information from each cell, generating the cards. From there, they could be ported into Tabletop Simulator, ScreenTop.gg, or a printed format. I also had time to draw art, which you've been seeing throughout the video. I went with a simple wanted poster aesthetic because it was easy and it fit the theme nicely. And for some reason, I decided to painstakingly draw wood grain for this game board with the limited time I had. Yeah, I don't know. Hi, if you're enjoying the video so far, please consider subscribing. Because if you don't, I won't give Luna any more treats. That's right, I'm blackmailing you. Anyway, with all that done, this is the Blight of Blackridge, a cutthroat fight for survival where mercenaries hunt the horrors of this cursed frontier and takes down anyone who would stand between them and their reward. Let me explain the most important part. events. First is bidding, added to make the game as cutthroat as possible. Players bet item cards face down on events. The highest bidder wins the event and gets the reward, while the loser suffers the consequences. Generally, this meant taking damage or corruption, which is the other mechanic I wanted to mention. Instead of a traditional hand of cards, each player has 10 inventory slots. When taking damage or corruption, those slots are then filled. If a player's inventory is full of corruption or damage, they lose the game. Players could also choose to team up if an event seemed too difficult to handle alone. That is, if you trust your friends enough to not screw you over. Then after an event, it is mealtime, where a player has to pay a ration or suffer a corruption, or colloquially known as the slop tax. Then the cycle continues until there is one player left standing. One of the biggest advantages of using Dexterous and Tabletop Simulator during development was how easily I could update the game and test changes. I was able to get in 3 playtests within a 24-hour development period, and I'll tell you what, I am so glad I did, because the early versions of this game were not fun at all. The biggest issue is originally bidding was optional, and monster events had no consequences for skipping them. This led to players just skipping every event and eventually dying of starvation as they slowly ran out of food. Needless to say, it was boring. I'm really thankful I got these playtests in because they helped me to polish the game and make something I'm actually proud of. So thank you to my friends for that. But yeah, well, I'm happy with the direction the game went. There were definitely a few features I wish I had time to add. The biggest one was expanding the corruption mechanic, which ended up being a bit samey when compared to damage. The original idea for corruption was it represented a player's descent into madness, slowly transforming them into the monsters they fought to destroy. Upon death, they would rise again and manipulate the game from beyond the grave. The idea was to make the game more challenging for other players, but I wasn't really sure how that would work mechanically. Still, I was excited about the potential. Unfortunately, I just ran out of time and couldn't implement it. Now, I'll admit the game ended up more survival than horror. The real threat wasn't really the monsters, it was the other players. But hey, maybe the real monster was the friends we made along the way. I do plan on continuing work on this game, polishing up and ironing out a few of the issues. The main one being that cards from the rewards ended up polluting the main deck since they were in separate piles to begin with, but then share the same discard pile. I'd also like to add that corruption mechanic and make some other tweaks and changes to improve the overall experience. In the meantime though, you can play the game by joining my Discord server. There are a few different ways to play and you should be able to find one that works for you. I'd also like to thank all the other game devs from the Blackthorn Prod video for putting up with me for an hour playing my game. And yeah, go check out their channels and their games as well. Also, I'd like to thank Dual Wielded and Blackthorn Prod for getting me into this video in the first place. So also check them out. Anyway, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Randomness. It's what makes card games so interesting to play. The simple act of shuffling and drawing cards creates unpredictable outcomes, providing a unique and exciting experience every time. But what happens when this randomness becomes a detriment to the game? And how do you deal with that? Being able to address this issue can often mean the difference between a good card game and a bad one. Even the most popular games aren't immune to these pitfalls.
Sorry, I disappeared
Take
for a
Magic
bit there.
the Gathering, for example. One of the most popular trading card games of all time.
It's more than 3
not uncommon
minutes.
to find
I
yourself
apologize.
drawing nothing but lands, or conversely.
Hold on, we are... I need to catch up. What is this? Hello? Oh god. My dyslexic brain doesn't know how to... Eek? You tell me how to pronounce your name. Eek. I'm gonna say Eek, but that's probably wrong. What is this? Madness. What kind of game? It's a, so... You were watching the Blight of Blackridge video, I believe, if you are still here. That is a party card game. We're working on a different one right now. We're working on my co-op trading card game. But yeah, we typically do work on my card game stuff on stream. So got a few different ones. They are free. You can, I think I've got links. I definitely have my Discord, although I think my Discord command isn't working anymore. Let's see. Sure isn't. I gotta fix that. I don't know why it's broken. I don't know if you're still here. If you're still here, say hello. I would, we'd love to have new people here. Don't get me wrong, there's we were talking about open world games is one of the things we were talking about, and whether they're good or not. Don't get me wrong, there are interesting things here and there. I do love a game. I think it's got like 600 hours into it. There you go. Loaded up to. I'm about to test your rolling skills. Let's dance. Tumbleweed, tumbleweed. Do you play any of the Dark Souls games? The night you were drawing the other day reminded me of points. I don't know how to say that. Sullivan. No, Elden Ring was my first one I played, so why my opinion's different. See, this is the biggest thing. I think people who prefer Elden Ring over Dark Souls are usually people who started with Elden Ring. And that's just a thing that I've noticed, and I'm not 100% sure how true it is, but I think it might be true. Bro, Dark Souls 3 would be a good place to start if you wanted to try, but I feel like it's a huge mechanical departure and it wouldn't feel super dated. Star just felt like a step back after getting used to Elden Ring mechanics. I missed the boat on Dark Souls. Honestly, it took me ages to even get into Elden Ring. Yeah. I think we lost the new person. Rip. Anyway, well, if you decide to invest time, you wouldn't regret it. You're a total lore guy, and the lore is great too. There you go. Yeah, I'm not really a huge Souls-like guy. But I do like, sorry, Beast, for having to read our lovers diff. No, I mean, I think it's a good example of for the conversation, right? I think it's like one of the prime examples of like why open world versus linear games, right? It's just unfortunately one I have not played. I don't know. I guess I mean, like, I do like Souls likes. I think they're cool, but I also I don't know. I haven't played that many of them. So it's hard for me to like give too much you know, much on them. Much of an opinion, rather. I've played, what's the one with the thing and the stuff? The lantern. Why am I blanking on it? What's the one with the lantern? Holy, why do I have 20 instances of Stream Ninja up? Oh, I know why it is. I didn't realize it did that though. That's weird. Okay. Frickin' Lords of the Fallen. I played Lords of the Fallen, and I've played Remnant. I really do like Remnant. I think Remnant's a great game. But it's also I think the second one became a lot less skill-based, which kind of feels like it isn't part of the it's less Souls-like feeling, in my opinion, right? When it becomes less skill-based. Like, it eventually kind of was just 100% build dependent, but maybe that's not true. I don't know. Sorry. Grot said other things. Games where I think procedural generation is best is where you replay the same kind of mission thing every time. Yeah, I think I see what you're saying. Yeah. I can agree with that. Like Lethal Company. Yeah. Jokes aside, open world is huge draw for me. It's more, is a huge draw for me. It's more. Isn't okay. I was like, there we go. I was like, the way you structured this sentence is confusing to me, but yes, now I get it. It's more about being able to make the character the way I want, using all the weapons and stuff I want. Yeah. I mean, character building I think is cool. I think open world is just a lot of the time done poorly. Reading y'all's discussion made me realize that most open world games I like have kind of a linear story. Yeah. I feel like most open world games are just kind of like linear games are just better for the most part. Again, not always true, but I think a good majority of that is a true statement. All right, we need to open like 3 different things here. We need already open mountain. No, let's open like Blighted Marsh. We're gonna have to like sample a bunch of cards here. I want that, and I want player cards, lands, we want planes. Adonis plays Dex build. Dingus get on Twitch, yeah, square. It wasn't working for him earlier, unfortunately. And I did a mix of everything my first playthrough since I find it hard to replay things. Yeah, that's also why I don't like a lot of open world things, is because I feel like it's like usually done for replay value, and I don't think it usually adds replay value to the game, personally. Which is a whole nother conversation. I've had this conversation with Toot a few times because we play Baldur's Gate together. And I have been enjoying it, and I have been trying to get into like the replay value thing, because I actually do have my own playthrough this time around. But I think it is like an interesting thing. I don't know if I have the brain power to talk both these conversations at once, though, or do the conversation and work on this at the same time. I should, though. I should try. I don't need to get into another conversation, I guess is what I'm saying. Like a whole nother issue about, I don't know if it's even linear games is the right word. How does this work? Does this have to go behind here? Yeah. I'm literally like looked away for 4 seconds and I'm behind. It takes more skill to make the same amount of enjoyable game if you're making an open world game to compare to a linear game. Yeah, I agree. The other thing is I don't like much when Elden Ring is completing a character. It takes you 100 hours depending on your levels. Yeah, honestly, that was a thing in what's it called? Remnant that I didn't like, is that you did have to like up your gear. And the problem with upping your gear in that way is that it actually just ruins build experimentation unless you have literally no life, right? Like, oh, it requires, you know, a certain amount of materials to upgrade your armor and your weapons. And it's like, but I have like 30, 50, whatever different weapons, but I can't just exchange them out to like try to do a different build. I literally have to grind this gear out in order to actually use it. and it's like it's not worth using it if it's not fully leveled. So like, what's even the point? I find that a very, very dumb mechanic, and it's literally there just to make you play the game, which I think is dumb. We got 2 Twitches only letting me send my redeems, or sending my redeems and highlighted messages. Yeah, it was being dumb. Most dependent on what you're going in design. If you're going to focus on a story and game, then the world isn't the way to go. If you're going to sorry, my thing popped down. Is there like I guess I could turn off auto scroll, but I think then it gets weird. I don't know. Anyway, if you're going to sandbox game though, then open world like Minecraft, yeah, Sims, yeah, all that kind of stuff is much better to be open world. I agree. No, Dingus. I mean, linear games can be just as replayable too. Depends on the depth of the game more so than the open world or not. I mean, look at Hades, right? It is procedurally generated to an extent, like it's tile sets that are rearranged, but it's relatively linear while still being having replayability, right? And it's not even like the tiles being rearranged makes it any that much different, really. Just got to use the right tool for the right job. Just 95% of that. AAA studios use hammers to install a screw. Agreed. Yo, DDP. What up, dude? Play Grim Dawn. There are some set items that have insane upsides only if you have a full set. So if you like half or more of a set, I just cheat in the rest. That's how I felt about Diablo. Like the set item was like turbo required to, like Diablo 3 rather, like set items were like 100% required in the game, which I felt was bad. You have a mechanic you don't like in a single player game, just cheat it in. True. There you go. Mod the game. Finally beat the boss. Damn, Grot. In like 30 minutes. Okay, these actually have to be above here, even though they're foreground elements, which is kind of confusing, but put all these in folders, honestly. Let's take this. I'm gonna hue shift it. Get a smidge lighter. Nope, lighter. I need to fix this. Oops. Done goofed. You don't need set items in Grim Dawn, but some of them are really cool. Interesting. Yeah. Twisting. I don't feel like I'm getting sick. Although, like, I feel like I've had a bunch of false alarms today. Not today, this week. I thought I was getting a kidney stone because I've had them before earlier this week. Turns out it's just a really bad back cramp, but man, do they feel the same. And also, I've had them before, and I think or had one before rather. And I think I have a smidge of PTSD from that. BG3 Your really nice new Baldur's Gate 3. You find a really nice new shirt, but it makes you look completely stupid. You're right. Classic. Yep, just a back cramp, not a kidney stone, thankfully. But man, do they feel kind of the same? And that can really really mess with your brain. It's like, oh man, not again, and then you realize you're just freaking out over nothing. What am I doing? Setups. Well, we've officially drawn 4 green blobs today, so we're getting a lot done. We're doing good. Oops, wrong thing. Setups. I've lost count completely. I think that was 20. I don't know. Good enough. I'm gonna take my hat off. My head's too sweaty. Yeah, I feel like if I'm reading chat the whole time, I should just go to my face. Just be like, okay, we're just talking the rest of the stream. Oh yeah, free Bald redeem, indeed. It wasn't free. It was technically like a buy one, get one, you know? I guess it's buy one, get one free is the statement, huh? Pro tip, poop. You're so right. Can't deny that. Can't say nothing about that. I don't know what I'm saying. Like a toy in a cereal box, exactly. The Happy Meal of whatever. Okay, you know what? Let's just focus on the hills real quick. I kind of want to go from... Just focus on the middle one. I want the center color to be like this color, kind of. But yeah. Yeah, I definitely have thought of doing a video on, open world versus linear games. But I also don't know if it fits the board game theme, you know? I guess a lot of my games talk about both, but I don't know. All my videos talk about both. I don't know what I said. I don't know if I said a lot of my games talk about both. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Okay, and then the other sort of portion of this is going to be like, oh god, it's going to be like evil colors, which is purple apparently. I don't know if this like transitions too quickly though. That's the only problem. I need darker color here. And maybe we kind of sample the in-between colors to kind of blend it. It's more of a painting technique than a drawing technique, but it works. I don't know. I don't know how that looks. I don't know how I feel about it. Maybe I should just make it all this brown color instead of... I think I'm going to make it all the brown color. I think it'll look better. In the long run. Toot, you streaming today? Shh. No, I will not. Shh. Can't make me. I'll promote you whether you like it or not. $7 p.m. EST, which according to Twitch is the worst time to stream on a Wednesday. Well, define worst. Is it me? Are you saying that the most people stream on that time on a Wednesday, or the least people stream? He was total looking for art. Well, usually when you have that's kind of like a weird metric, right? Because you could have few people like if there's no good people streaming at 7 p.m. on a Wednesday for art, then no one will look for art, you know? So it's kind of like I feel like a slightly like weird metric. I think you're fine. Honestly, you're doing really well as far as just all that goes. So I wouldn't really be too worried about it. I find a lot of those metrics aren't really good because, like, why would a Wednesday at 7 p.m. be bad for art, right? I feel like people are just chilling, doing their own thing on a Wednesday evening. I think that's every night, though. When does anyone do anything? You know, like, how is that any different than Heart flutters you say nice things about me? Like, take me on a date, Nate'll be. Get your butt over here, you know? Come on down. Come on down to my neck of the woods, I tell you what. I don't know if blue is the right color for shadow here, but you know, whatever, it works. I feel like blue is the wrong color for a shadow. Can we try red? Why does it look so weird? Like an orange. I don't know. See, it just looks brighter for some reason. Last shot. Let's do color overlay. Let's do beast color. Okay. Rasterize. Multiply layer. Let me add something, but it's not quite what I'm looking for. I guess it works. Let's do, I don't know, I'm hungry. I don't feel like I should feel hungry right now. Well, I guess it's my snack time, and I did get up a bit earlier than I normally do. So I guess that might be part of it. I think the sky should be entropy pink. Oh god, that's a lot, huh? A little much. Might be what they call a little much. Makes sense to me. Gonna go eat BRB, just rubbing it in my face. And maybe I'll just copy the background here. Like, man, I'm hungry. All right, see, I gotta go eat. Thing. Okay, that's not gonna work. Let's just sample some colors. I want this color. I want this to be the sky. And then, you know, I should save this. File, save as. Sure. What's this, what should I call this? Emote. There, I'll call it Fight Together. To get her. I eat a full meal every 4 hours and a hearty snack every 2 hours. That makes sense. Yeah. I usually have like a protein bar between between meals, especially between lunch and dinner, although I am out of protein bars. So much for that, you know? Protein bars are expensive, you know? Unless you get them at Costco or something, which even then they're not necessarily cheap. We are missing. Have you tried Chef Robert Irvine Thick Crunch protein bars? I don't believe I have. I usually have the pure protein ones. Those are like the ones I like. Bruv. Okay, let me look them up. Oh, are these the ones that like taste like freaking candy? I shitted my pants the first time I had one. Like, actually, does it have that much fake sugar in it? I'm just kidding. Yeah, these look like I've had, I don't think I've had these, but I've had a lot like it that like just taste like the just like a Snickers, but they're freaking whatever. They taste amazing, but the ingredients are semi-questionable. You know what? Sometimes it's got to be that way, you know? Also, I think I'm too hungry to be talking about food. Legendary brand protein stuff is always good too. I have protein Pop-Tarts. They're great. That's wild. Honestly, the biggest thing is I try to not have too much sugar with my protein, just because I'm trying to cut sugar out as much as I can. Zero sugar. Well, there you go. Also, you're zero sugar. Got him. What are you gonna do about it? That's what you get for doing that to me on stream all the time. Dude, what if I streamed so long that I could raid into you? What if I did that? If I streamed so long I raided into you? Food is made of food. You're so right. Can't even deny that. I've even asked you, don't do it to yourself. No, I'm not going to. One day I might. One day I just might, dude. Today, no. But one day I will. And you will face the reckoning. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but you know, sometimes you say things. I don't really know what color the mountains should be. I have this on the wrong layer. They're kind of trying to blend styles a little bit here between the old god and the player side of things. These definitely need to be on the bottom. Not that far down. How did I... Oh, I accidentally put them in a folder. Mountains need to go behind the hills. What in the heckity heckin' heck? Oh, it does keep throwing them into the folder. Do not put them in the folder. Put them there. Thank you. And then the small mountains need to go behind the big mountains. There we go. I sent you the Pop-Tarts for future reference. Hope they change your life. I'm sure they will. Although, honestly, I shop at Aldi most of the time, so... So, yeah. If I see them at, like, Costco or something, but... Okay, then I'm ordering Pop-Tarts at your house. There you go. Just drop ship them to me. Okay, let's get the heroes in here just to make it cool. I think I'm just going to get as many heroes as I can as possible in here. I'm also... Close all this crap. That was probably done with this. We'll just close everything. We may use this color. Like maybe the mountains should just be... Like this seems like our little friends here are on the behind enemy lines here, you know. Maybe we just make the mountains the evil colors, you know. Meow, 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 meow. Probably have to redo the lighting, but that might be weird. I think we're probably just gonna have to do a like mesh warp, not mesh warp. What is it called? A God. The transition where it's like there's God, I can't remember what it's called. There's a transition where it kind of just like blends the two together, and I can't remember what the name of it is. Would it just be called a warp, or what's it called? Transitions. A warp-o-matic? I don't know. I thought I had a different name. Oh, I forget. I'm gonna have to leave soon. No, Grot. You were the chosen one. Yeah, I'm gonna have to redo all the lighting, so we're just gonna hold off on that. Just gonna delete all their lighting. But we're gonna kind of leave them in their poses if we can help it, because I don't really want to repose the characters if at all possible. I had stroganoff for lunch, which was good. Had some leftovers. I should have a lot of leftovers. I made like a lot of food. Like Druid, I don't know if we could put in as is, right? She's kind of just like kneeling down, picking a flower. I feel like that would look weird in this composition, right? We could put her in. Like we could just, because we do have her non-posed, and we could just pose her in a different pose and put her in there. But do we dare put the golem in here just sitting in the background? I feel like that could be kind of fun. Una, I know you're the only streamer. Oh, you know you're the only. Oh God, I can't read. You know, you're the only streamer I like watching for hours. But every time I watch your streams, every person that knows me suddenly gets the inexcusable urge to call me. That's funny. Well, I appreciate the support either way. whether it's just lurking or whatever. Hey, it's tuna. Yeah, we're big tuna fans over here as well, you know. You may be a big Beats fan, but I'm a big tuna fan. Do we have the golem in here? I feel like we need the golem in here. You don't want this. Get out of here. I feel like he needs to be staring upward, which maybe is kind of like a extra work. That's the color. We need to move the line art. Nope. Or is he in too like docile of a pose to actually have him there? I don't know. I feel like it looks kind of weird. I'll have to start charging Bitcoin for everyone who wants to call me on the streams. There you go. One way to do it. You'll be charged 12 Bitcoin for having to talk to me. And they'll be like, what? What even is that? You're like, you heard me. Sounds like a fair compromise, indeed. Indeed. One and behind hill one. There we go. Stone Golem is there. All right, next. Druid, we're going to have to figure out. I don't know if... We're going to have to probably have to repose her. I feel like we should just put every hero in here. What do you guys think? Thoughts? Do you guys even know what I'm doing? We've been talking about stuff that isn't even this for 12 hours. Beast Tamer, also one that we can't really just throw in, I don't think. She's kind of just sitting down with her dog. It doesn't really work. Druid doesn't work. As is Cleric. Like, maybe she's kind of like kneeling down, though, which also feels weird. Bard in the back. We could put the Bard in the back. Actually, yeah, Bard we can definitely have in there. Bard we can actually leave as is. Like, he's fine. The pose works with what we've got. Where is the Bard? What layer is he on? Okay. Posture. Ugh. All of them be too much. I think only the iconic ones, I think. Would it, though? I feel like all of them isn't too much. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 of them. I guess that is a lot, but I'm kind of going for the Avengers Endgame shot, you know? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to put them all in there, or at least most of them, and see how it goes. Although I feel like, yeah, some of the more original ones are the ones that are... Maybe we don't include the beta cards. I don't know. Yeah, Cleric is a good one. I'm a fan of Cleric. Stuff does get slightly lost when you have this many people and their little hands are floaty. You're like, whose hand is it anyway? But move his book a little closer. Oh, transparent god symbols in the sky. We could maybe do that, yeah. I mean, we did it with the with this shot, right? The sort of these things. Which I thought that looked really cool how that turned out. I'll kind of see what sort of like animations we can do. Maybe we do like one, and I'm also trying to decide if we put monsters on this side, you know? Yeah, it's insanely cool. Yeah, it kind of turned out well. Paladin, we'd also have to slightly repose, I feel like. It's kind of a very, I don't know. Having the golem sitting in the middle behind well, we're still getting heroes in here. We can maybe move him, but we're still working on it. I mean, yeah, he could be over here. It's kind of weird to have him sitting at all as part of the problem. And he's not posable like my other guys here. So we might just not use everyone, like you were saying. Horde of Endlings. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, potentially. Yeah, Horde of Endlings with a few big enemies sprinkled, serve as elites. Yeah, I think that'd be cool. I like the golem in the back. We'll see how it looks. Like, we could potentially have him like down a little bit so he doesn't look like he's sitting as much, and then if we put all the heroes in, I think it might be okay. But we'll see. I think she would be cool in here. I'm actually really happy with this one. The posing, I think, is probably one of the best I've done. Like, it's not like perfect, but like for what it is, it's pretty good, you know? I think she would be kind of cool in here, you know? Although she looks like she's Naruto running, but instead of slashing, but you know, sometimes you got a Naruto run, you know? I think the wizard needs to be kind of... Honestly, I'm just going to get them all in here and then kind of rearrange them all. Let's see, Marauder. Like, what is her name? What is your name? Yeah, we're just gonna have to get them all in here and then rearrange. The barbarian. She's raiding Area 51. There you go. Sometimes that's what you gotta do. You just gotta Naruto run into Area 51. It's so wild that that was a thing. Like, just the concept of it. I feel like the merchant also feels weird in this. Not even just because she's, like, passive looking, but I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to think about her for a second, too. Monk. Monk is probably fine for for things. Maybe put the monk over here. Needs to be bigger. Monk, monk, monk. Find the barbarian. Barbarian can scooch this way. Monk and he just kind of fits here a little better because of things. All right, let's say and put his arm down just to get it out of the way. Crazy the kind of things we'll be able to tell our grandkids. Yeah, like the whole world was locked in their home for 2 years. Yeah, I was watching a show and they were talking about COVID, and I was like, that's weird. I don't know why this is weird, but it's weird. Or no, it was a comic I was reading, and it was like mentioning COVID as a like something that was happening in the comic, and I'm like, why is that weird for it to reference that? I don't know. Necromancer definitely can be in here. Oh, we're in ads. Sorry, ad break. We'll be back in just a minute.
Recently, I was challenged by Blackthorn Prod to make a board game in just 24 randomness. It's what makes card games so interesting to play. The simple act of shuffling and drawing cards creates unpredictable outcomes, providing a unique and exciting experience every time. But what happens when this randomness becomes a detriment to the game? And how do you deal with that? Being able to address this issue can often mean the difference between a good card game and a bad one. Even the most popular games aren't immune to these pitfalls. Take Magic the Gathering, for example, one of the most popular trading card games of all time. It's not uncommon to find yourself drawing nothing but lands, or conversely, having no lands at all, leaving you with a unplayable hand. On the flip side, randomness can swing in the opposite direction too, drawing an incredible hand, leading you to completely dominate your opponents. While it's certainly fun for the player with the winning hand, it can be less enjoyable for everyone else at the table. So let me tell you how I counteracted it while working on my own game, and the battle I fought against inconsistency. In my game, players compete against the Old God, a collection of cards that present various challenges. Unfortunately, the balance of this deck was wildly unpredictable, often either leading to completely overwhelming the players, or failing to be a challenge at all, making the game unenjoyable either way. But I'm getting ahead of myself. For those of you who aren't familiar with my game, which, let's be honest, is probably most of you, you might be wondering what the heck an Old God is and what the game is actually as a whole. Or maybe you don't care. I don't know your life. I'm going to talk about it anyway. So, in brief summary, here's how the game works. Armies Against Entropy is a cooperative resource management trading card game. Players place cards like heroes, structures, and lands to create synergies for themselves and also their allies. They then move units generated by their cards to enhance the power of the cards that they deem most necessary, all while battling the Old God, a deck of automated cards designed to dismantle the player's forces and serve as the main threat of the game. Now that you kind of have an understanding of the game, let's dive into how randomness became a problem. As I said before, the Old God deck was designed to present various challenges. This deck featured a large number of weaker cards and a few stronger ones. In theory, this meant the players would face a constant onslaught of minor threats, while occasionally encountering some much more intimidating ones. Let's talk a little more specifically though. Typically, the Old God would draw around 3 cards per turn with a total deck of 86 cards, 10 Endlings in the deck as the weakest card. This design meant you were much less likely to draw something threatening like 3 Ravengers. The idea is that the Old God would have a nice assortment of cards due to its distribution. At least that's what I thought. However, there were many instances where this wasn't the case, and the Old God either felt pitiful or, conversely, an unstoppable onslaught of destruction. Speaking of unstoppable onslaughts of destruction, you should subscribe.
I don't know how those two things correlate, but so what was the solution? Well, this came to me while I was trying to fix an entirely different problem, and that problem was the Abyssal Horde card. This card was a hell of my own making, and the bane of my existence for so many different reasons. But the main one that we'll be focusing on today was trying to solve an issue where it would gain in power every attack. Units were how the player gained power, but we didn't really want a similar mechanic for the old god because we didn't really want to figure out how these units would be allocated each turn. The Abyssal Horde was somewhat of an exception to this rule, as it stole units from player cards. Well, this is a cool
Remember
idea.
the absolute wars over toilet paper? What's up, Big?
Instead,
It's a good entry statement. OMG. It's Fig, is what he's gonna say. No, wait. Maybe not. It's not Fig. You were gonna say it. Now I forget the day I had to say, "Did you remember to lock the car? There's TB in there." Statements no one's ever said. The whole period of time feels like a fever dream now. I was like in middle school when it started. Oh yeah, honestly, it would have been. Would have sucked to be in school, I think. Luckily, I was working a job. Honestly, my life hardly changed. I was working the same job. We didn't get cut up. Like we didn't. Let me finish what you were saying before I say my thing. I was in middle school when it started and had just like a post to be counted as having attendance in class. Yeah, it's so obviously no one was learning anything. Yeah, that's it's like the classic like community post, not community post, what do they call it? Where you have to like comment on someone's thing. Like it's like you do a post and make sure you comment on 3 other people's posts. It's like no one's learning. Beep. But yeah. My life was pretty much exactly the same. With the exception that I had to like tell people to put masks and gloves on, which was really annoying. Because our place, we did gloves and masks. We're like, hey, we provided gloves for you. Feel free to put them on. And then they like wouldn't wear them. And it's like, all right, well, you can stay outside. Anyway, what a time. What a time to be alive. Dude, I joined your stream as you were ending the other night. Womp womp. It's detrimental to a lot of kids. 100%. Yeah, I'm sure. Unless we just Googled all the answers. Or all be in voice chat or too hilarious. Yeah, that seems wild. Come hang out at 7 EST. I'd love to chill with you. Indeed, yeah. Go hang out with Sir Birdie. That's how we know Sir Birdie is here. The standing desk. Yeah, go hang out with Toot at 7. He's gonna be streaming. How about you take a stand? I will take a stand. I will stand for it, Sir Birdie. Ben Lurkin looking good though. Yeah, we're trying to do the whole of the Avengers squad, you know? It's getting there. It's not there yet, but it'll get there, I think, hopefully. Can you not do that? Player management is going to be a nightmare, but
I'm really scraping the bottom of the barrel for standing and table puns. I believe in you. You'll have a second wave. You'll think of more. Welcome in, Sir Birdie. How you doing today? Gained a ton of weight at the start of COVID, and it was all right around the transition from middle school to high school. So I ended middle school as a super skinny kid and started high school as a slightly obese one. Damn. I have more, but I don't want to put all my cards on the table. Nice. Nailed it. Okay, Grot. Oh, sorry. I missed Grot there. It's late for me, so I won't be able to attend the stream. Indeed. You'll be there in spirit. Been doing great. Lots of work. I feel that. Get home, eat, stream, edit, repeat. Don't need sleep. There you go. Get home, eat, stream, edit, repeat. Indeed. Indeed, indeed. More push-ups. Did I know that you stream, Sir Birdie? I just clicked on your thing and then there's an ad. I don't know if I knew that. How's that going? Do you regret adding the redeem yet? No. Not really. It's a little like disruptive in a sense, right? Like I have to like do it, but the real point of doing it was to do it, you know? Toot.
DeepTooth 123 gifted 1 subscriptions to the community.
Thank you for gifting Sean Lapomo's Lana Dawn and all that stuff. 2 unsubscribe chat participants. If you do a random sub, it will do it to just some random person, but we know Sean. It works. Lucky Sean. I thought some people who are here. No. It's any followed person. And then sometimes not even that. It might just be someone who dropped into the stream randomly for like 2 minutes. You can specifically gift people a gift. You don't have to do it random, I believe. Let me do push-ups. My brain's not working. Thank you for thank you for the gifted sub. That's incredibly kind of you. We're too kind, Toot. I don't know what, I can't figure this out. My brain isn't being able to invert because I'm pointing the camera on the other thing. Sorry guys, I tried. We appreciate it regardless. We're Cat's in a box, and I changed my seating arrangement so she's kind of not near whatever. It's not, we're doing the push-up redeem real quick. And then we'll see if we can point it toward the cat. Give me a sec. Camera, probably.
Figaro's Gifts gifted a tier 1 subscription to Tuno Alpiano.
Holy heckaroo, what's happening? A treasure train? What the heck is that? Fig, thank you for oh god, I'm dizzy all of a sudden. I stood up too fast. Fig, thank you for gifting Tuna with a tier 1 sub. A treasure train just started? Is that like a Halloween themed hype train or something? Why is it called a treasure train? Since when do they start calling it that? I hope it gives us candy. There apparently are new sub emotes, I think. That's why it's called a treasure train. I don't know when that happened. But thank you. Thank you, both of you. Thank you, Tude. Thank you, Fig. You are far too kind. Let's see if we can show the cat. I don't think I can. I can, hold on.
DeepToot 123 gifted a tier 1 subscription to Sir Birdie _.
The heck are y'all doing? Gifting more subs. Was that Sir Birdie? Yes, it was. Toot, Fig, you guys. I'm a tiny beetle. Oh, I'm so far behind. These push-ups are, wait, God, I'm actually very far behind. I actually didn't realize how far behind I was. Or maybe I'll just start making bank so I can sub for the next 50 years. There we go, in a box. Fixed it. These push-ups are elite. Well, nice glutes, dude. Thanks, thanks, bro. Not falling for the hype train again. You did though. You did fall for the hype train. Although it's 93%, you know. Yo, I hope it gives us candy. I would love to give you guys candy. I've only got dried mangoes here, so I'm a tiny beetle. You got a tiny beetle? Heck yeah. Thought you were gonna actually say Twitch actually gonna send us candy. You never know. Thank you, Faye. Absolute legend indeed. Right, that's it. Two, thank you. Here, let's see if we can get the cat. Let me see if this USB extender works. But yeah, thank you guys. It really does. It does mean a whole heck of a lot. You're fueling the dream, so I definitely appreciate it. One day, everyone in this chat will be a billionaire and we'll have a beat break the hype train record. Ah, you could take it from Neurosama. I'm about to undo a plug. We'll see what happens. We're trying to do a USB extender here. Hopefully, this works. What are the chances? Oh, it is broken. I broke it. Hold on. I have the feeling... I think we have too much power loss through the USB extender to power the webcam. It doesn't work. I tried. I could try this. Nope. We're not getting the cat. I apologize. I tried. Now I've just broken everything. Ugh. Too scary. Blackout the whole state. Plume of gratification. What did we get? What did we get for the hype train? Did we get anything? Nothing. How does that work? I thought you got a thing. Or do we have to at least get to level 2 or something? Or do we have to beat our record? I don't know how that works. Anyway. Oh, we didn't establish a train. Ah, okay. I thought we were at level 1. I got another foot out of my camera. Well, I think I maybe killed it. We do this. Sorry, I'm like just like messing with my stream now. We're just trying to fix stuff. You guys have probably said a lot of things that I just haven't even paid attention to. Come on. Haha. She's very far away. But there she is. In all her glory. It's a little fluff in a box. Okay. Oh god. You're chaining USB extender. Yeah. Oh god, I'm so far behind. Heart you, birdie, cat, little beetle, little tiny beetle. Indeed, you are all beetles now. One day, everyone in the chat. I already read that. Yeah. Oh, sorry by how to Roy can't. Yeah, we could do the phone thing, but set up a server on the local network. Are you daisy chaining USB extenders? That was the thing, but which maybe did work. Maybe I just didn't hit the right button, but now it's my cord was slightly managed improperly, so now we just, you know, did that. Level 2, you get 35% off gifted sub. Yeah, if you do 5 gifted subs right now, it Valorant gives an extra sub, so that's pretty cool. Which was like, I'm surprised they didn't go bankrupt last year. Because I don't know if you guys saw that. You probably didn't. But maybe some of you did. I don't know how nerdy you guys are, but the hype train record last time was broken because Valorant gifted like 2,000 subs or something stupid. Because, well, that's not to discredit the, you know, my brain stopped working. Camera froze? Oh, it did. Why did my camera freeze? So what happens when you cause problems? Better? To fix it? It did. Dude, I thought it was just me. Hello, everyone. Pay attention to us. Cat. The cat. Love consistency to return to the box. Yeah. Video freeze just me. Sorry, I didn't read ahead. I was reading the old messages. That's old, new friend. The Valorant thing ended yesterday. Oh, okay. Never mind. I lied. Yeah, we should be good now. Catcam also froze. No, Catcam's, she just hasn't moved. She has been still. Cat is still, Cat EXE has stopped running. How are we about to hit another ad? I feel like I just did an ad like 4 seconds ago and I've done nothing. Bye, Grot. Good having you, as always. Fare thee well. Maybe the stream, because the stream reset for a second. Oh, did it? Is that actually what happened? Why did the stream reset? I didn't even touch anything. Just my camera. I feel like it's been doing that lately. I've seen other streamers have that happen to them. It disconnected. Weird. It may be because I was messing with OBS. Strange. Is it still running on YouTube? Weird. All right, well, I guess we have to do an ad. Who knows? Oh well, it's ad. Let's refresh here. Yeah, YouTube's fine. Guess it was just Twitch. Weird. Anyway, I guess because we're all subscribed now, we can just keep running, huh? You guys will all see it. Not even like the ads do anything anymore. Me mash and skip. There you go. What am I doing? Okay, we got Necromancer in. Really don't need this open. Maybe I do. Honestly, Bard can easily go in here. It's just he's standing in the back, hamming it up. I don't know if he's gonna be that far back, but we have other characters to put in. All right, here's a vote. Do we put every character in, or is that gonna be too much? What's y'all's thoughts? Just roll the ad to keep pre-rolls off. Little it's gonna be messed up anyway. Pre-rolls are off for 37 minutes still, so I'll have to do an ad in 37 minutes. It really messed everything up, but you can call this. You call this a partner for me. I really don't want to talk to him. Sorry, friend. I know the feeling. Oh, I guess pre-rolls now are off for 60 minutes. Like, it's rolling them anyway. It's just being weird. I don't know. Priest, I feel like, is gonna work fine. He's kind of just standing there. Needs to be bigger. I got the bard just chilling back there. Yeah, I'm really trying to decide if it's going to be too much. I don't think so. It probably won't even be like the full thing anyway. It'll probably be like zoomed in like this. I think it'll be okay. And I think it'd be cool to have everyone. What do you guys think? I know I've asked like 3 times now, but I'm unsure of myself. Sometimes I get unsure of myself, you know? It is a lot more work for probably not as much, like too much of a reason, but Hellblade's probably okay there. Question is, do you want to commit to that? Too much time? How much just screen time is this getting? Honestly, it is a decent amount of screen time. It doesn't feel like it is, but it is gonna be a solid, like, and this sounds like not a lot of time, but it is 4 seconds. So this whole zoom out sequence could be a lot. it'll be a lot better if there's more to see. It might not be worth doing like all the ones that is a significant amount of time. It sounds so stupid that 4 seconds is like a long time, but it kind of is, unfortunately. I'm at the very least gonna put in all the ones that are easy to put in, right? Like all the ones that are facing the right direction and standing correctly and all that, I probably should put in, because why not? Why did I do his layers so nicely? Where's his shadow? There it is. He actually should be pretty big. Oh god, I'm scaling it wrong. He's like this big. "42 Bird. Hello, how are you?" Wait. How did... What? How did... Oh, I was gonna say, how did Sir Birdie message before? Is this an alt account? I'm just kidding. Bird, hello. I lurk in the shadows. I can summon people. Ah, magic. Pretty good. How are you? Doing good. We're just plugging away here. Doing a cool poster-ish thing for the trailer for my game. You know? No, we do not want to save. Honestly, I probably should do something with his hand here, though. Not an alt. I was like, bird. Birdie? Spelled differently, but... Well, hello. How are you? What brings you here? You always like new people. Do I feel like I have to have the fire with the pyromancer. Is that correct? What do we think? I feel like the pyromancer without the fire is kind of like, doesn't make any sense. Yeah. Maybe it's too much. Ah, it's burning everyone alive. Yeah, the fire's too much, unfortunately. We'll just have her hair that's on fire. It is starting to feel like too much, and I'm unsure. I'm unsure how to feel about it. Maybe it's not. I don't know. Put on a mountain volcano. I think this is just fine. Like, otherwise she would be like up here where there's a mountain, but I don't know. I think what I might do is just put the ones that aren't... Bard isn't there. I guess Cleric could just be in the back lines with the Bard praying, you know? the old support class. Why is there a weird spot in the back? What is that? What are you? The left hand has a weird thing there. There you go. Yeah, I think the biggest thing is they're not going to be animated. Like, I think it's just going to be a freeze frame, right? Because I'm not going to have them animated like this. If I had all of them animated like this, it would be like way too much. I think they're going to be freeze frame. It's going to like slowly zoom out. I think is what I'm going to do. It's going to be kind of just like a big piece with just a zoom out. And hopefully it looks good. We'll see. It is kind of a lot. But I think that's okay. I think I'm okay with the cleric being in the back. Kneeling. Paladin probably is going to have a slight pose redo. Dude, I'm working on a huge Photoshop file at work, and the Photoshop generated a 642 gigabyte of garbage in its cache. Oof. I love that. Maybe just add some slight motion to help just moving the arm a tiny bit. The problem is if I'm moving everyone, it's going to be insane. Probably what I'll do is I'll make it a 3D layer so all these kind of like move independently. Like we'll have parallax, but I don't think I'm going to have each of these guys move. That would be way too much to do. We could maybe try it, but I think it's going to be too much. Well, after I was saying the drive was full and then closed Photoshop and it cleared up. Sanity, that's wild. Paladin, let's grab... Paladin's actually just the knight from Soul redone as a different colors. The reskin. That was me being lazy. I think we'll just put the shield up higher and call it a day. Ideally, we do like this as well. Just a foot standing like this. Or something. I think one of the things we might just put her behind like the, where the heck is the, oh, here. Both these back. Pyromancer. We need to rename this Pyro. The Pyro. I think I spelled that wrong, but that's okay. Look at this diverse cast of characters. Merchant's kind of just there. How long have I been standing for? 31 minutes. I can say it again. Huzzah. Then I'll throw a USB cable on the floor. And you're gonna leave your box. And we all cried because she left us. The Blue Knight guy on the right is deserving of a redraw with all these amazing characters. Yeah, I kind of like how he's sort of basic because he's like the simple one, you know, it's like very simple style, but yeah, a lot of these kind of need, I don't know.
He's kind of like the mascot almost in a way, because he's just like the simplest card. I'm just gonna kind of hide some of these guys in here. Classic. Needs to be, I guess right there is fine. I guess maybe the golem will need to be closer. I don't know. Because we're probably realistically gonna be like here. And then we'll be able to like move the mountains around. All the layers are on their own thing, so. Kitten, you're in my way. Why are you in the way? What am I on? Setups again? Hi, you. I'll be very surprised if this doesn't scare her away. Hey. There we go. But yeah, I mean, the warrior probably does deserve a rework, but I'm not going back at this point. Not yet. Maybe one day. You have the Fire Lady flying above. I did think about that too. We could have her like... We could do like... We're back here, kind of floating. You're smaller. That is kind of cool. Yeah, let's do that. It's cooler. What do we have left? We have Merchant I got in there. I kind of snuck her in. No. Master we just did. No. We have Beast Tamer and we have Druid. Beast Tamer, we only can really do her because we can't just have a dog sleeping in the background. I feel like that would be weird. What are you doing way over there? That's my backpack. Can you tell which one's the backpack and which one's the kitten?
And Druid, again, she's kind of kneeling, so it doesn't really quite work, but I think maybe we put the oops, put her behind the Marauder instead. Oh wait, maybe not. Well, maybe. You going back to your box? But Doggo, yeah, I would want to put it in there, but it's I'd have to redraw the whole thing, which I'm not gonna do. As much as I would like to, I'm not gonna redraw everything. We do not have the time for that. All right, so basically we only have 2 characters that we kind of need to repose. Kitty. There we go. Get a kitty instead of a doggo. Yeah, so it's going to be like... Honestly, hopefully in theory it's going to zoom out so fast that it's going to be like... I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. It's going to be kind of a pain. We also have to reshade each and every one of these guys for the scene. Okay, Druid. The Druid. There's my phone. Alright, give me half a second. Alright. Had to check something. Okay, what I was gonna ask how long I've been going for, but my time's kind of all thrown off. It's about 3 hours now. Okay. Okay, Beast Tamer and Druid. Yeah, the fighter is the first one I ever drew. I keep calling it a fighter, the warrior. Oscathian warrior is the first one I ever drew. So he definitely does have... That's because his layer is called fighter. Because that's what I called him at first. He's kind of supposed to represent the D&D fighter. All I'm saying is progress. Oh, for sure. I mean, honestly, it's a I was looking at the Marauder next to the Barbarian the other day, and I was like, man, that's not the same. One of these is better than the other. I'm trying to decide how much I pose one of these guys and how much I just kind of like go whatever. Because they're kind of in the back anyway. I think I don't worry about it too much. We got kind of the dynamic people in the front, and as we zoom out, hopefully you won't care as much, you know? If we were being crazy, I'd put like her on the dog, you know, like riding it. Yes, I know that would be cool, but ain't nobody got time for that. Put her behind the cleric. I guess I need to give them expressions too. Oh, how am I gonna do this? Because in theory, I have to go through each individual one and recolor and do shading on every single character. If I want them to all animate separately. At least, like, you know, be on separate layers, you know? I'm honestly seeing some of the flaws in some of these now, too. It's like her eyes are all weird. Not weird. Honestly, I might not even give him a mouth. I think this is fine. It's good enough. Now let's do an army of endlings. We'll polish some of this later, but I think it would look a lot better if these stay on separate layers and we can kind of have... We might be able to cheat. We might be able to cheat, and rather than having like my normal lighting, we could use CG lights and then not have to change stuff. But worst case, we do have to recolor everything, every layer by hand. So we're gonna hope we don't have to do that. And yeah, we're gonna hope for the best. These all do have to be on separate layers though. Jesus, okay. See if we can CG light everything. The nice part is if I actually like edit layers, like After Effects can take a Photoshop file, and if you edit a specific layer, it will edit it in After Effects. So I don't actually have to go back and redo things, which is, or like I can edit stuff in here and then just save, and then I don't have to re-import the file into After Effects. So that is hugely beneficial, as long as there's the same number of layers.
I'm really hoping that works. We'll find out. We need to do some texture on the mountains. Okay, our ads are fine, I guess. It kind of works. Yeah, this is kind of a colossal mess. As far as layers go. Okay, though. Everything will be okay. You ever wonder why you make so much work for yourself? Anyone? Anyone feel that way? And in theory, we have this mountain exploding too. Which is a whole nother thing. Oh, man. Okay. Fine. Everything's fine. It's gonna be okay. I'm realizing I've overscoped this. It's not even the number of heroes. Well, maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe I should have listened, but can't back down now, you know? And I won't back down. And I won't back down. Know what I mean? What do we want? Endlings? Art. Hard art. Old God. Monsters and minions. Endling. 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 Now we get to reverse the Endling art and see how weird it looks. There's his... This is his leg. Okay. Merge layers. Copy. Paste. Control. Whoa, wait. Still missing a leg. What in the huh? Oh, right, because one of them's doing the old stomp on the skull here. Delete that. Let's rotate it back where it should be. What even is that layer? Okay, whatever. Merge layers. Not link layers. Merge them. Merge. I'm gonna put my hat back on. I'm sure someone's gonna redeem it off, but you know, here we are. Okay. How big is an endling canonically? Like yay big. Only problem is they're gonna kind of look lame. I think we're only gonna show like the front of the horde here. Like the framing's probably gonna be kind of like this as we zoom out.
Because I'm not drawing 100 endlings. The song. Song to end all songs. What if World Ender? Ever consider that? You ever considered what if World Ender? I'm standing desk for the song. Heck yeah. Toot special. Oh, there's so many layers. What if a black gradient from the right? Yeah, probably. I'm just trying to get rid of some of these, some of this extra stuff. Oops. Do we like World Ender being here? Do you think that's cool, or is that just is it weird? How do you change the... Yeah, cancel. The white part needs to have... Is it 100% alpha? The K? Where's it? You make it transparent. There's an easier way to do this. We're just gonna do it. We're just gonna do it. It'll look better anyway. It's too much, but oh, making all the lighting good is going to be such a pain. Don't even make too much work for yourself. I already said that, but we throw some blight mites in there. This blight mite's all cute like and whatnot. Blight mite. Why is the line art? Ugh, it's like not separated. Oh, this guy. This one's easy. I'm an Abyssal Overseer fan too, so. Yeah, we'll do that. Maybe these honestly could just be coming out of the void. I don't want them to be too close, otherwise it's like, what's even happening, you know? These foreground hills need to be in front. I don't think you'll even... honestly, they might just go away. Better or worse? I might just get rid of them. And we'll just turn them off. We'll use them if we want them. Okay, we're gonna kind of trim the comp like this. In theory. Let's fill it out just a smidge more. Let's put a few more monsters in here. Almost a lot of them are like just in darkness, you know? There's not really much to them. Like they fade, like they're like fade into the side of the card. They're not like on center. You still see the other guys in it. There's no way it's been another 30 minutes. There's no tootsing way. That's so funny that you can see the other cards in the or other drawing in here. Thought I got rid of that. I knew it was a thing, but I'll do it in half a second. I promise. Big brush. It has. It has indeed. What do you have? Push-ups again? Yes, sir. Right away, sir. Let them try. So tired. Ugh. And I have sick arms. You know what's even sicker than my arms? My calves. My arms also used to be really, really good, but when I actually was doing physical activity every day, should we put like one more monster in here? Maybe like the Void Stalker. Only thing I have on you is being jacked. You are not allowed to go to the gym. There you go. I mean, you're the one who's making me do push-ups right now. You think of it that way. I don't think everything is to scale here, but it's okay. Wonder if I have any pictures of me when I had muscles. Probably not worth looking for on stream. Yeah, send me nudes later. True. I was curious if I could just find real quick. Not really. Not right off the get-go, you know. Anyway, I think my brain is faltering. How am I doing? Am I doing okay here? I feel like less is more here. I was thinking of doing a ton of endlings, but I think less endlings is better because I don't want them all to look the same. So like 3 is the proper amount, I think. We could do minor variations if we want, like maybe just, you know, do a little bit of mesh warping. Give them at least a smidge of variation. Not mesh warping, but you know what I mean. A transform, as it were. I mean, old muscle photos. Yep. Oh, is that what you meant? Toots. That's even your real name. Is this looking too muddied? I feel like all the like effects on the world ender is kind of making it a little bit muddied. Maybe turn that off. Maybe turn that off. Well, maybe it being muddied was good. I don't know. It's spoopy, you know? Yeah, we'll leave it. We'll leave it how it was. I think maybe what it'll do is it'll zoom out, kind of like, it'll zoom out from here and then kind of pan over at the same time, so you kind of just start to see them here, and then that will be it. I don't know, we'll have to see. I'm really gonna try to see if I can do most of this with After Effects lights, but I have a distinct feeling that's not gonna work out well for me. It's a little different than I was expecting it to be too, but I think it's mostly because these guys aren't lit, and that does throw me off. All right, well, we got the artwork done-ish. I might have to go back and add lighting in post here, but I think the mountains I'm probably gonna resize, and like they'll probably be like in the middle here instead, but pretty sick, dog. Yeah, let's hope so. I'm hoping I can relight it in After Effects. But if not, I'll have to go in and just individually do it. Part of me thinks I should just do it all in here because then we can have like a cool, like, I'm off, bro. Look forward to when the video is done. It's going to be a while. It's going to be a while, but I do appreciate the confidence in that. We will definitely see each other before you see the video again. We still have a long ways to go, unfortunately. Although I did get a lot done today. I got probably like, I don't know, I got like 11 shots done, and then hopefully this is like one of the really hard ones. So once this is done, hopefully I can just, but yeah, dude, see ya. Have a good rest of your day. The other problem is they're not, God, I have to do the lighting in, I have to do it all. I have to light all these guys. There's kind of no way around it because if I don't do it here, they're not gonna have shadows unless it's gonna be a lot more work, honestly, in the long run. So I think I just have to quickly light everyone. All these guys I think are fine. I don't really need to touch that. The lighting here needs to be done. Well, I am wondering if I should just be done for now. We are at the 3.5 hour mark. It feels a lot longer than that. I don't know. We'll keep going for a bit, but I'm getting tired. Now you got to stream for 2.5 more hours. Is that when your work ends, or is that when you start streaming? I could have done the math on that, but I didn't feel like doing it. I gave up. This is so the problem is, like, for the lighting, if each one of these guys is on their own layer, right? So we can have some like parallax between the characters as well. The problem is I have to make sure the lighting applies to all of them, which the easiest way to do would just be group all these layers, do a clipping mask, and then do it. But the problem is they could potentially all move independently, which means a clipping mask over the whole entire thing doesn't actually work. So I'd have to do I think clipping masks are weird in After Effects as well. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna save this and I'm gonna see how it looks in After Effects. I have 5 notifications. Oh, we got a new person. Don't know where that came from, but that's cool. Yeah, let's throw this in. In After Effects. I think this is going to be its own comp. and then we'll just kind of do a crossfade between it, because otherwise I'm gonna lose my mind. Not really a crossfade, but here we are. Yeah, I think I don't know. I was about to say, I think we're gonna be done, but we'll at least go through the ad. I'm gonna take a break, and if I feel better after the break, by better I mean like less done for, we'll keep going, and if not, then I'll probably end it. So give me just a minute. Be right back.
Recently, I was challenged by Blackthorn Prod to make a board game in just 24 hours. If you've already seen that video, consider this the extended cut of my randomness. It's what makes card games so and the bane of my existence for so many different reasons. But the main one that we'll be focusing on today was trying to solve an issue where it would gain in power every attack. Units were how the player gained power, but we didn't really want a similar mechanic for the Old God because we didn't really want to figure out how these units would be allocated each turn. The Abyssal Horde was somewhat of an exception to this rule, as it stole units from player cards. While this is a cool idea, it kind of fundamentally broke the game. Instead, we wanted to find another way for this card to gain in power using a different mechanic, while still sort of keeping the same identity. We had considered making the Abyssal Horde card duplicate itself with every attack, which could work well. However, that mechanic felt a little more suited to a digital version of the game rather than a physical one. And while I do have aspirations to make a digital version of this game down the line, I really want to make this game more functional for both formats. So the solution was a drastic one. Remember the Endling I mentioned earlier, the weakest card in the deck? Well, we removed it from the main deck completely and put it in its own entirely new deck called the Minion deck. Are you kidding me? Did you ever consider how the Endling would feel about this? Being displaced from its home? What? No, it's a good thing. It helps. Wait, did you gain sentience? Yeah. What of it, Nathaniel? What? No, it's nothing. It's just how? How? Oh, yeah. I don't know. I can also do this. Yeah. Honestly, I'm not sure whether I should be impressed or terrified. You should be afraid after what you did to those Endlings. Oh, come on. You've literally read the script yourself. Like, you know what's going to happen. I just prefer to live in the moment, actually. So, whatever. Can I just keep reading? Fine, whatever. Okay, anyway, moving the Endlings to its own deck allowed the Abyssal Horde to spawn these cards every time it attacked, enabling the Old God's forces to gain in power with each strike. But the best part about adding minions this way was it meant that it could be used in other applications as well, fixing the overarching problem of the game, allowing the Endlings to be with all their other minion friends. All right, Nathaniel. Stop saying that like it's not your name too. Is it? Yeah, well, I think, you know, I don't care. Let's just keep reading. Of course, the main one was addressing randomness in the game. By introducing a separate minion deck, the Old God could draw from both its main deck and the new deck, providing consistency in its challenges it presented to the player. If you're doing the math at home, the old system offered an approximate 20% chance of drawing a weaker card, like an Endling or Shade, from a main deck of 86 cards. In contrast, the dual deck system guarantees a weaker card is drawn every turn. This change also allowed me to reduce the number of copies in the main deck as well. Oh, see, now you've done it. First displacing the poor Endlings from their home, and now just murdering other cards. Dude, it's just a game. Not to me, Nathaniel. Not to me. But it helps to make the game better. Like, literally, just give me 2 seconds to, like, explain, please? Fine, whatever, just keep reading your dumb script. Reducing cards actually resulted in a greater variety of cards seen each game, with having fewer duplicates. As a result, players consistently faced interesting challenges drawn by the main deck, while still receiving a steady stream of minions every turn. Thanks to this newfound consistency, I could design Old God cards to be much scarier, incorporating much more powerful effects and interesting abilities. We could also change the Old God's Wasteland cards, which previously allowed the Old God to draw more cards from their main deck each turn. By shifting some of these cards to summon minions instead, we introduced a further layer of balance. While minions are weaker threats,
I almost didn't come back to stream. I was laying down on the couch and Luna jumped on top of my chest and I was just laying there and she was just nuzzling into my face.
Speaking of Wastelands, minions are also a great benefit because they ensure there's always something attacking.
Almost didn't come back, you know? I don't think any of you would have blamed me. Sounds like it's time to call it quits. Well, now I'm here again, so he's not gonna cuddle with me again. That's the one cuddle per day. He's got a hard limit, so maybe 2. We're never gonna get that back, you know. Yeah, the little nail be popping on the screen. Yeah, I need to do more of that kind of stuff. Fortunately, this video doesn't really have that, but I don't know. Here we are. I think I'm gonna try to like get this in here and just kind of get a quick look at it, kind of get an idea of what we're working with, and then after that, I'll probably call it quits. The recording closet. More recording closet. Makes me chuckle every time. Yeah, it was a good one. I try not to like reuse bits too much, but I don't know. Maybe I could. This one isn't that funny, but it's like more, I don't know. Kind of hard to say. Maybe I'll use the audio bit some other way. Yeah, I need to like, I feel like I'm not good usually at coming up with jokes, and I feel like I almost get kind of lucky with some of those. Like, I feel like I'm more situationally funny. So like usually I come up with, well, I don't know. I guess just like the writing is hard. I don't know. It's interesting. I just need to get more reps in quicker, honestly, with just like writing and making videos. But, you know, animation takes a long time. I really need to not be hard on myself for that, but it's kind of hard not to be when like the algorithm definitely is favoring more consistent videos lately. So, shrug. Is this really taking this long to load? Like, you have 12 billion layers here. What are you doing? I think I literally have to clear my cache because it's... Oh, there we go. It loaded. It might actually make sense to clear my cache, though, here. There probably is 100 gigabytes in the cache at the very least. They're all memory. No, that's the wrong one. Oh, I broke it. Oh god, what have I done? Let's save first. Off to bed, sir. Thank you for the stream. No problem, dude. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you hanging out. Goodbye, birdie. Night night. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Purge. All disk and cache. Is that the right one? I really thought it prompted me with something. Yes, 100 gigabytes. Clear all. Goodbye. Yeah. I just kind of want to see what this looks like and also see if we can utilize the lighting to our advantage, but I'm not super confident in it. I also probably should make this a lighter weight file. I don't think it's gonna like it. That's my 8.8 gigabyte Photoshop file. Yeah, there you go. Oh yeah, it's really chugging. It does not like this even a little bit. You know what will make it better? Making it three-dimensional and adding additional views to it. It also doesn't work because these aren't 3D. That's just such a big oof. I'm trying to decide if I should what I should do, which is probably means I probably should just be done with I'm getting analysis paralysis, but let me add a new light, see if that does what I want it to, and if it doesn't, then if not, I'll be done. How do I add a new light again? How does that work? New. I could just do it in here. Create? No. Camera? No. Is that a layer type? It's not a layer type though, is it? Like I can just... New. Light. The light will be this pink color. Okay. And the world was covered in darkness. We saw it for half a second. Been 4 hours since you started. Close. 3 hours, 43 minutes. He's dropping by before I go to bed. How are you still on? It's freaking midnight almost. Am I just too tired to math? It's 4:30 for me. Oh, you mean, yeah, no, you're right. I mean, it's been about 4 hours. I probably should be done, arguably. We could turn on shadows, but like, at what cost, you know? Yeah, I guess we could do this, right? Where there's kind of just a light shining on our little guys. You know? It could look cool. We gotta turn it up by like a bajillion. I guess we turn... Oh, the fall off is... We don't want fall off as much. I just feel like that's gonna look weird. It's going to be such a pain to get the lighting right, where we'll have to light each character individually anyway. So I may as well... It's kind of cool, right? Like, kind of a cool effect. But... How are you not starving to death? Me? I'm pretty hungry. Been spending 4 hours. This thing will probably be on for only a few seconds. Yep, four whole seconds. You're not wrong. That's why I'm like, this is probably ridiculous, but at the same time, I don't know. Don't remind me of that. Just you can't remind me of that. That's cruel. Can't remind me that I'm all this work is for... I mean, it's like animation, right? Like any animation you do like this is gonna be... My boss would have fired you. Yeah. Return on investment isn't there. Yeah, I know. I mean, this is usable for a lot of other stuff, though. You know? Like, this is advertisement. Yeah, you guys can't say that to me. I'm gonna cry. I will cry. I'll do it. I'll cry on stream. You can't stop me. Where the heck did I put this? There it is. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of getting at. I just missed the ad. No, I miss it. I'm so lost. I don't know. The whole like the stream breaking for a second really threw me off there. Yeah, man, I don't know. Like, it's cool. Is it worth it? I don't know. I feel like that's only for other people to say. Like, he's good night. Don't think you can tell how tired I am from the text, but I'm very tired. No worries, dude. You hit the hay. I'm gonna go sleep now. Go sleep. I'm tired too. We should all go to bed. Yeah, I think I'm gonna be done too. I mean, I guess to be fair, like if we're talking motion graphics, right? Like the thing I did for YouTube, right? Like that arguably the cost per whatever. I'm not gonna obviously talk about how much it was and all that, but like that's not much different than what I'm doing right now, right? Like this is a high scale thing, right? I'm losing my words. I should be done. I'm not saying you're doing anything wrong. I was just trying to say my boss. There you go. I do agree though, like the like I feel like my ROI, you know, on all this stuff is probably not worth it. You know what I mean? Like I probably should just be working on getting stuff out rather than making super cool title sequences like this, you know? Like this probably doesn't do me as much good as, you know, a lot of other things would, but that's also why it's running really slow. It's on full render quality. Anyway. Anywho's. I think we're done. Let's find someone to raid. I think my energy is gone. It is done for. GG energy. Let's show my whole heckin' face while we look for stuff. Have some quiet, intimate moments before I leave. You know what I mean? What are we feeling? There you go. You just wanted to see the bald up close. I get it. I'm assuming that's number of hours the person has been active. I guess so. God, Chirpy's still alive. Dog, he's been alive for 8 hours. Bro streams like crazy. Insane, dude. We'll do the old look for TCG people. There probably isn't anyone because I just had like similar sized following. Or wait, no, it was on just following. Never mind. Never mind. I'm just being silly. Nada. Nada. Who should I raid? You know what? I might raid Chirpy because I'm probably gonna go. Well, he's probably almost done if he's still streaming. He's been streaming for 8 hours. I don't know how he's still going. We're gonna raid him. Insane. Nobody follows streaming. I'm gonna raid Mad Chirpy. He's a cool dude. Been streaming for 8 hours. Like a mad lad. Anyway. Dude, I will see you in a few hours. And I'm gonna go eat a snack or something. So, probably dinner, arguably. Anyway. See y'all later. Everyone make sure to go check out Toot and his stream. It's not under that username. It's under French Fry Studios. You can check it out. And, yeah, I guess that's it. Toodles. Goodbye. I will see you all on Friday. Gabee. Gabee, 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 gabee. I can't find the what button I'm supposed to press right now. Goodbye.